In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly use TradingView, and I'm going to show you how to use some tools that are hidden in TradingView, which I believe you don't know about it. I'm going to show you those tools, how to use it to your advantage on your price action, and also these tools can help better your trading methodology. Not only that, close to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you 3 indicators that you can use for free in TradingView that can help scale your trading all the way to the next level. I'm also going to share with you the proper ways to use most of the tools you know about on TradingView and guide you through the process. So TradingView course, if you're a beginner or a pro trader, this video is for you. Watch the video gradually all the way to the very end. Of course, the first thing that you must have to do before you use TradingView is to get an account. You have to register with TradingView. All you need to do that is to go to tradingview.com. Once you do that, then you sign up for an account. Of course, you can get a free version, okay? You can use the free mode and you get started from there. I always tell people you don't necessarily have to pay for a TradingView plan, maybe monthly plan, yearly plan. No, you can start with the free version and use that as much as you can. The only thing that will happen is that you may not get access to so many tools, and this is very important, but you can still use it if you're a beginner trader. The main thing here is if you want to really use TradingView to your advantage, after you signed up for an account, you come to this very page right here. This is how it looks like. The first thing I want to talk about here is this very avatar right here. So if I click on this very avatar after logging in, it is covered that it will take me to this very page, and you see my username, which is my profile, then the setting and billings, and then we see refer a friend. And you have this very home page right here. So if you want to go to the home page, click here to take you back to this very home page. And if you come back, you see help center, maybe you need help or clarification on some stuff, go here and what's new. Now, the most important thing here is this very toggle sign. We have this dark theme. You can see that my background here is dark. So you can remove it and change it to a white background. Okay, so just toggle off and on, and this very background will change. So you can toggle on and toggle off by changing the background from dark theme to white theme, which is very important. Then the next thing here is drawings panel. This drawing panel is what you see right here. Okay, this is where all our drawing tools are. So if you want to remove this drawing panel, all you need to do is to toggle on this and that will be removed, and your chart will expand all the way to the left, which is very important. For me, I always like my drawing tool to be here, okay, for proper accessibility and for easy drawing as well. And this is very important because these drawing tools are very important to your trading, especially when you are doing technical analysis and back testing. And you can also change your language from English to any of the language that is available right here based on your choice. And we have all that shortcuts, okay, on your keyboard, which you can also view right here. There are other shortcuts you can use. Just check them out right here and you see those shortcuts out for yourself. So look at it right here. Different shortcuts that you can use on TradingView, and not necessarily going to that very place. With shortcuts, it will be easy to access these tools, and this is very, very important. And the next thing is get desktop app. If you want to get the desktop app, you can download it from right here, and you can also sign out. Let me talk about this very top right here. The first thing we see here is the pair. Okay, so we have USD JPY. Now for USD JPY here, what does it mean? This is a pair, and of course if I click on this, you will see that I have USD JPY as a sign and it's on Forex. Now why is it on Forex? Because USD JPY is a Forex pair. Let's say for example I want to trade crypto. I will put it on crypto and then I will come here, cancel it and type BTCUSDT. Okay, it will show up and show me the exchanges, okay, that BTCUSDT is available. I can also search for USD only, okay, and it will also show me the exchanges that have BTCUSD, okay. These are all the exchanges that have USD as an option. So this is how you choose it. Now, if you click on stocks and you still have BTC USDT, you will not see it because BTC USDT pair is not a stock, okay? And if you click on funds, you will not see it because BTC USDT is not on that fund. So features here, you can see BTC USDT on Binance and so many other exchanges. If you click on indices, we have some exchanges that have indices right here under BTC USDT. Obviously, if you click on Forex, you will not see it because BTC USDT is not a Forex pair. This is very important. Now, one thing very important here is if you click on all, it will show, okay? And anything you type at all will just show. So what you do as a beginner is, if you don't know the pair you are trading and the category of the market that pair belongs to, you simply put it on all so that anything you type here will definitely come out. This is very important. So let's say BTC USD, okay? So it will come out regardless of where it is. And if I type USD JPY, it will come out, okay, regardless of where it is because it's on all. This all mean combination of stock, funds, features, forex, crypto, indices, bonds, economy options, everything put together. It must bring out the pair for you. And this is very important. Pay attention to this. So this is how you choose a pair for yourself when you want to trade. Now, let's say, for example, in this very case, I have USD JPY, okay? What does this mean as a trader? So if I have here USD JPY, I want to explain something very important. So USD JPY is the pair I have here. What this means is USD here is the base currency, while JPY is the counter or quote currency. What that also means is in this very formation, it means that USD is the one that owns the chart. What does that mean? It means that for every value that is here is equal to 1 USD. So for example, we can say 1 USD is equal to the price of the market right now, which is what we are seeing right here of 144.15. Okay, this is what it means. 1 USD is equal to 144.15 Japanese yen. Very important because people don't know this, and it will be wise that you know this. And like I said earlier, USD is the base currency. That is why one monetary unit of USD is equal to this quantity of JPY, and that is how it's traded in the market. Very important. So you call this the base currency and you call this the counter or quote currency, which is very, very important. So this is what you need to know right here. The next thing here is the time frame. We know that we have different time frames in the market. We have the ticks, 10 ticks, 100 ticks, and 1000 ticks. We have the seconds here, and we have the 1 minute. For example, I am on the 4-hour chart, which I can switch back to the 2 hours chart. As you can see right here, is now on the 2 hours chart. I can switch back to the 1 hour chart right here. The 1 hour chart is what we are seeing on price action right now. Now, what's the difference between the 4-hour chart and the 2 hours chart and the 1 hour chart? The only difference between these three charts is the formation of the chart, okay? The formation of the chart pattern, the formation of price action. This is very different. However, the price, as you can see right here, remains the same. The price here remains the same. Look at the price at this very point remains the same. The only difference is that the price action is different. It shows us different chart formation on these various time frames. And for me, that is one of the reasons why we see things differently in the market. Let's say, for example, every one of us are looking for the same thing, and we're looking at the same chart. Let's say we have only one chart in the market. Let's say, for example, we have only 1 hour chart in the market. You will see that trading will be very, very simple. But the challenge would have also been that we live in different time zones, okay? And people in this time zone would have been able to trade at that time. So with different time zone and different time frames, it makes trading a little bit very difficult, and also make us to look at trading and charts differently, which is what also make trading sweet because these differences in ideology and biases is what creates what we call price action right here, because what you are looking at may be different from what I am looking at that specific time. And if you go to the 4-hour chart as well, what you are looking at may be different from what I'm looking at. So you may be looking at the 1-week chart, I am looking at the 1-day chart. You'll be looking at the 4-hour chart while I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. So we're looking at different things, but the same price. So that is what this very time frame do for us on price action. Very, very important. The next one here is the candlestick. You know that we have different candlestick. We have the normal candlestick, as you can see on this very price action right here. We have the hollow candlestick. The hollow candlestick have this opening inside of it right here. And then we have other candlestick type like this very one, the volume candlestick. I can put it on the chart. You see the volume candlestick, you need to subscribe. And then we have this very one, the line chart, which is the first chart that ever existed in forex, stock trading, crypto trading, futures trading, options trading, and all of those. This is the first kind of chart that existed, and you can agree with me that this kind of chart can be very, very difficult to read. So for the fact that it's very difficult to read, means that it does not give enough information about buyers and sellers. It does not give enough information about what price have done before, what buyers and sellers have done before on price action. That is the line chart. And then we migrated to what we call the bar chart right here. The bar chart as well does not really give us that information that is required. That is why the candlestick chart is the best kind of chart you can use for your analysis, in my opinion. And this is very important because it gives us more information about what buyers and sellers are doing at that specific time. Let's say, for example, I put on my candlestick. It gives me more information about what buyers and sellers are doing in this time frame. That is the 4 hours time frame, just like that, and I can see it and I will be able to analyze my chart very, very well. So these are the candlestick types that you have, the line chart types that you have on price action, all of these, and you can choose the one of your choice and use it accurately and accordingly. The next thing here is the indicators. The indicators here is where you can see indicators to use for free. Let's say, for example, I want to use the Bollinger Band. So you just type Bollinger, it will come out. You put it on your chart and it will appear right here, okay? And you can delete it. You go back right here, and you can also put the MACD, which are common indicators in the market, and the MACD will also appear right here. So you can go here and put on any indicator of your choice. So let's say, for example, you want to make some adjustment on the MACD. How to do that is to come to this very area right here. You see settings. Once you get these settings, go right at this point and put in the parameters of your choice based on what you want. And you want to change the style, the color, change it right here. And also, if you want to increase the visibility and some stuff like that, you also do it, which is very, very simple. The same thing for the MACD. That is those indicators that have an overlay on the chart. Go right here, okay? At this very point, you see BB20 SMA close to, and come right here and click on settings. Once you click on settings, it's going to show you this input as well, and you change it to your desired option. So this is how you put indicators on your price action, which is very, very simple. So if you want to remove indicator on your price action, what you need to do is to simply go to the indicator right here. You see it right here, and use this remove button. Once I remove it, that indicator is gone off the chart. And if I want to remove this MACD, I have to go here and look for this very point and remove it from this very point as well, and it's removed from the chart. So this is very, very simple how to put indicators on your price action. And not only that, you can also add those indicators to favorite. How do you do that? Let's say, for example, I want an index, okay? So if I want an index, let's say, for example, this very one, mass index, all I need to do to put it under favorite is to click this star sign. Once I click this star sign, it will add to my favorite. I don't need to search for that indicator again. Once I go to favorite, it will be there. So if I click on it, and you see it has been added to this very favorite. So let's say, for example, I remove this very indicator, is on the price action right here, and I remove it, and then I go back right here, and I look at this indicator, and then you see favorite. You see this mass index is now under favorite. I don't need to come back here to search it anymore because it's now under favorite. So favorite is used for easy accessibility for your indicators, okay? And those are the indicators that you want to use for your trading, which is very important. Of course, if you're using the trial mode or the free version of TradingView, only 2 indicators are allowed to be on the particular chart at a time. You can't exceed 2 indicators except you are using the paid version or you are using a plan. The next thing here is the alert. If you look at the alert here, let's say I want to create an alert for USDJPY. Maybe I believe the market is going to move up a little bit from this very point. I believe market is going to move into this very area. And when price comes to this very point, I want to trigger a buy. So if I want to trigger a buy, I will pick this price and put it right here, okay? And this price is 144.38. So 144.38 here. I will put it right at this very point. And then I will choose the condition, okay? I will choose the condition, so up. And then I will just put once because I want this to happen once, not every time. And then after choosing this, then I will click create. So it has created an alert. It will alert me by a sign that the market has come to this very point. Not only that, you can see it right here on price action. It's already showing this very dotted line here is my alert sign, and you can set that out and it will alert you when price comes to this very point. This is very important. So this is what you can use right now as well to better your trading and know when price comes to an exact price level that you want to use. So this alert sign is now on my price action right here, showing with these dotted white lines. Now if I want to remove it, just toggle around it and you will see this remove button right here, and you can remove it. That means you want to cancel or make changes on this very alert. So I can delete it and it will go off my chart, as you can see right here. One other important thing that take me few times to know on TradingView is this very undo and redo. Let's say for example, I write this and then put this and then put this. Very importantly, if I want to undo this, I can simply use this button. I will undo the first one, undo the second line, undo the third line. If I want to redo it, then I will use this and I will redo it, the first one, redo the second one, and I will redo the third one, which is very important. So if you make mistake and that is not what you wanted to do, or you took an action and that action is not what you wanted to do, you can simply use this, okay, to undo, or you use this to redo, which is very, very important. And this is what you can use right away, especially if you're struggling with this kind of stuff. The next thing is this very area right here, still on this very topmost bar. If I click on this, we have autosave. So if you want to autosave your chart, always put it on, okay? And if you want to make a copy, you can do that. If you want to name it, if you want to export your chart, all of these options are here, which are very, very simple. The next thing here is these very settings. Settings are very important. Let's say, for example, you go to this very candlestick symbol. You want to make changes to the color. It must not be red and green. You can decide to choose what you want, okay? So for you to choose what you want, you have to come and choose the color of the body. It can be white for you. It can be blue for you. It can be any color for you. It does not matter. You can color code your candlestick any color you want at all on price action. The same thing if you want to color the borders, okay? The borders of the candlestick. You know, the candlestick have borders. You can also do that. The wicks as well, you can also color the wick with what you want. So for me, I will just leave it like this at default. You can also choose your time zone to better suit what you want based on the region you are trading from, which is very, very important. So to do this, just go here and choose the time zone in which you live in. So for me, I like UTC, okay? And I like that. I will leave it like that and click OK. And this is very important. So if I want to undo all of these, I can simply use this button and undo all the actions I have done before, which is also very good. And then the next thing here is still under setting is this status line. If you look at the status line, which is this title, we have the logo. You can remove all of this to make your chart expand a little bit. If you come to this very scale line, you see this scale line, you can also take advantage of it. We have canvas, we have trading, we have alert, which I've talked about before, event. This event means that if you have an event coming up, let's say an economic event, for example, tomorrow is the non-farm payroll, you can also make that event and set it so that TradingView will notify you of when this news is coming up. Another one is section breaks. Section breaks mean if the London section is ending, it will alert you that the London section is about to come to an end, or if the New York section is coming to an end as well, it will alert you that the New York section is coming to an end, so that you know and then start preparing for your next entry, which is also very, very important. Also, trading ideas, okay, you can set a trading idea. If this occur on price action, give me an alert, give me a notification, and it will definitely give you a notification. This is what event is all about on TradingView. The next thing here is if you want to make full screen mode. Let's say, for example, I want to make full screen mode. I will simply click on this and you can see everything that disappear off my chart. And this is how you can make full screen mode. And if you want to bring the full screen mode back, you simply refresh the page. And once you refresh the page, everything is going to come back again to normal, as you can see right here, which is very, very simple. The next thing here is if you want to take a snapshot. Okay, so if you want to take a snapshot, I can click right here. So I can download the image. Let's say this very chart, I can download it and share it anywhere else. I can copy the image, I can get a link to this very image and all of those stuff. So let's say, for example, I want to download. I simply click download image. Once I download image, you see it has downloaded right here, which is very important. From here, I can go to my computer and share that very image anywhere I want to share it. You can always publish your idea on the community. And if you don't have or you've not registered with TradingView, I will leave a link down below. Join and do your TradingView registration is very important. TradingView is one of the platforms you can use for your analysis. They have all the tools, all the pairs. Let me say 99% of the pairs, in as much as that pair is on an exchange, you will see it on TradingView. And then it also gives you other access to tools that you can use, trading ideas, and so many benefits, especially if you subscribe to TradingView. I will leave a link down below for you to register if you've not registered on TradingView. So the next thing here is this very area. We have this very point, which is the watch list. Watch list means what you are looking at. Let's say, for example, I want to look at USDJPY, or I want to look at BTCUSD, or I want to look at ETHUSDT, or I want to look at XRPUSDT. I can click on those and it will be right here on my watch list, so that when certain things occur or when the price comes to that point, I want to check it immediately from here, so that I don't need to go here and search for it again, because it's already on my watch list. I can just click on it and the chart will appear right here, and I'll begin to do my analysis and maybe probably take my trade. That is what watch list is. It means you are watching this pair, you are watching this commodity, you are watching this asset, so it should be here for easy accessibility. That's what watch list mean. So you can add to your watch list, you can remove from your watch list. You can go to the setting here and make use of watch list to your advantage. The next thing is the alert. I've talked about alerts before. We have these object threes in data window, which is not that necessary. We have this chart, which is what we have right now. The screeners tell you possible trade signal, maybe in crypto, in forex, in stocks, all of those things. I will show you how to use screener perfectly, which will be in another video. The next thing here is the calendar. Okay, if you want to check the calendar, you can simply click here and then you will see calendar for today, the news event for today. Look at it right here. These are the news that are slanted for today, and this news is going to come out very, very soon. So it will keep you aware of the news that is for today. You can check the one for tomorrow, you can check the one for Friday, which is very important, and what you can do right away. The next one here is the community hub. Okay, so you can join the community and see what others are thinking, maybe about a particular pair, about a particular time frame, and some stuff like that. Of course, you should have the paid version to join the community. And then the next thing here, of course, you can also check the community out, but if you want to really follow somebody and also check what they are doing, you need a paid version, okay? Especially those that also have a paid version, but you can also access some free stuff right here on the community, which is also very cool. This is one of the things that is very cool with TradingView, taking ideas, sharing ideas from what others are seeing in the market. The next thing here is notification, and then we have chat assistance. So you can get a chat assistance right away if you want an assistant on a particular stuff, especially if you subscribe. So if you want to remove this watch list, I'll simply click on watch list and that will be removed from the chart. The next thing I want to explain here is the vertical part of the chart and the horizontal part of the chart. Look at it right here. The vertical part of the chart is where you see the price right here, and once you bring your cursor to this very area, you can drag it down and drag it upward to expand the chart up and down. I know some person don't know how to use this tool. You can do this on mobile as well. You can drag it down and drag it upward to expand your chart, and this is very, very important. This is where you see the price, okay, of that underlying asset. For example, in this case, USD/JPY. This is the price right here, and this is the dates, okay? This is the date on the horizontal side. So the horizontal side have the date, while the vertical side right here have the price, okay, for that very particular asset. Of course, we know in this very case, 1 USD is equal to this JPY, depending on where the price is at that time. So this is very important. The next thing here that is very important that you can use right away, either you're using a free version or a paid version, is this very good tool right here. I know some person don't know how to use this very good tool. Now, what this does is it takes you to a particular point on the price action despite the time. So let's say, for example, I want to see today price action in 2024. Okay, all I need to do is to come here and change this to 2024. Okay, if I want to go there, I will just click go to. It will take me to that very particular chart. Look at it right here. This is 2024 2nd July. This is very, very important right here. So this is what this does on price action. It takes you there instead of it to begin to scroll like this and begin to scroll and look for that very point. You can just go to this go to and then put in that very date and click on go to, and it will take you to that very point. Let's say I want to go back to today price action. I will just click here and then I'll click go to. It will take me to today, which is where we are right here. So this is a very important tool that you can use right now on TradingView. The next thing I want to talk about is this left hand side, which is the tool. These tool or drawings are very important in price action, which you can use right away, either using a free version or a paid version. The first one here is the crosshair. The crosshair are of different categories. We have this crosshair, which is what shows the price right here and the date, which is very important as well. Then the next one here is the dot. So instead of it to appear like a hand, it appears like a dot. Look at it right here. It appears like a dot. And then the next one here is the arrow. It appears like an arrow and did not show that cross sign, which is very important. As you can see right here, a lot of people like to use this, but for me, I like this very crosshair right here. I like the crosshair, and you can choose the one you like. It does not matter depending on what you want. Let's say the eraser, it shows the eraser sign, which is also very cool. So depending on what you want. The next tool here is trend line. So on that trend line, we have other tools. We have the trend line, and you draw your trend line accurately by finding 2 points. And once the trend line breaks, let's say, for example, you draw from here to this very point prior to when market breaks out, and the market breaks out, this trend line becomes invalid because market has broken out of the trend line, which is one of the things you need to note about trend line. And the next thing here, aside trend line, under this is this very real. Let's say I want to draw this, okay, out. So depending on what you want, you can use any tool right here. And then we have other tools right here, horizontal line. And then one thing here is that you can change the color. How do you do that? Simply go to this very point and change the color to red, okay? And then you can also reduce the thickness by going to this very area and also use 2. Okay, the thickness have reduced, and so many other things you can do right here, which is also very, very simple. Then you can go back. We have this very vertical line. So the vertical line here, you can also change the color if you want to yellow, and then increase the thickness if you want to 4 pixel, and every other thing you can do it very simple. And the next thing here is we have other parameters. Let's say this regression trend. The regression trend, you can just put it on your chart from here, and then you expand it to this very area. So it will appear on your chart. You must know how to use this tool. This basically is used for trend. Okay, let's say, for example, you want the market to be in that trend moving forward. And maybe, for example, if market break out of this very regression pattern, then it means maybe you want to take a buy or a sell. Let's say market was coming all the way to the downside like this, and then you see a breakout right here. That means you should be looking for a buy opportunity all the way to the upside. And then if it was an uptrend, then you should be looking for a sell opportunity if market breaks down all the way to the downside. So these are tools that you can use to your advantage for free on TradingView right now, which is also very cool and simple to use. The next thing is this very parallel channel. Parallel channel is also the same thing like this very regression channel. Okay, it's almost the same thing. So depending on what you want, you go for it or you use it, especially if you know what you want to do. Just go ahead, pick the tool and use it. Now, some person may not know how to use this tool. All you need to do is to come to any of these two, and then you left click. Once you left click, you pick the tool, and then you come here and left click again and draw it out on your price action. As simple as that. And if you want to delete it, go to this very area and delete it, or you go here and right click on it, and this will come up, and then you delete it or remove it from price action. Very simple. The next thing here is this very tool right here, where we have this long and short position. Let's say, for example, you want to take a long position and you want to know your target, your entry point, and your stop loss. Use the long position for your buy or your long position. So from here, you can click on this very point. This very point right here is my entry point. That's what it means. And then I can say my stop loss should be here. My take profit target should be at this very point. So what does this mean? Very important. So if I highlight it, you see it shows you all these parameters. This is the entry point right here. This is the stop loss right here. And this is the take profit target at this very point, which is also very cool. But if I highlight it, you see it shows me some parameters. If you look at it, this is the risk reward, 2.05. What this means is from here to this point, I will have 1 to 2 risk reward, which means if I risk $20, I'll be having $40. Look at it here, 2.05 risk reward. So 1 to 2.05. So this is how you know your risk reward very fast without doing a lot of calculation and stressing yourself. The next thing is you can always calculate your pips. Let's say, for example, you're trading Forex. You can calculate your pips very easily with this very number. See your pips here. So from here to this very point is 305 pips, which is very clear. You don't need to struggle yourself to calculate your pips, which is very, very simple. The same thing, your stop loss from here to this point, show your stop loss at this very area. 149 pips stop loss, which means market go down depending on your lot size. This is the number of pips market have gone all the way to this very point if market go against you, which is very important. We have the open and the close right at this very area as well. And all of these are very important tools you can use to your advantage for free on TradingView. The next one as well is this very area, which is the short position. Is just the same thing like the long position. When you use a short position, you are saying market is going to sell all the way to the downside. So your entry, you also have your stop loss, you also have your take profit target. Of course, when you enter a sell or a short position, you are saying market is going to go back down. So market should go back down. What that means is that your take profit target have to be at this very point, your entry at this very area, your stop loss at this very point. This is the long and short position. Another thing here is we have the forecast, we have the bar patterns, we have the ghost feed, we have the projection. All of this is what you can use to your advantage, especially when you're using TradingView. This very tool right here, the long and short position is the two you should be using most often, which is very cool. The next thing here is this very area, the Fib retracement and Fib extension. So we have the trend-based Fib extension. On some platform, you will not see trend-based Fib extension. You will just see Fib extension. It's the same thing with trend-based Fib extension. Okay, so we have the Fib retracement. So for Fib retracement, it shows you the retracement of a market after an impulse. Let's say, for example, market move, impulsive move, and then market is going to retrace back down. You can use your Fibonacci retracement to know where the retracement is going to stop, possible areas. So we have this very area right here, which is the 0.236. We have this very point, the 0.382. We have this very point right here, which is the 0.50 level. We have this very one, the 0.618 level, and we have this very one right here, which is the 0.786 level. These are the different levels of the Fibonacci retracement tool which you can use, and these are the various point market retrace into before moving all the way to the upside. It can be into this level, it can be this level, it can be this level, it can be this very level. Depending on your expectation of what the market is going to do, that is how you use the Fib retracement, which is very, very cool. Then the next one is the Fib extension. Now, if you look at the Fib extension right here, which is a little bit different from the Fib retracement, it shows you profit target. Let's say, for example, you've entered a trade and your profit target projection, it shows you. So all you need to do is to draw from swing high to swing low and back to swing low. That is how you draw your Fib extension. And the first profit target here is always at this very point, which is the 1.618. The second profit target is this very area, which is the 2.618. And of course, we have the third profit target here and the fourth profit target, which is the last point on the Fib extension tool at this very point of 4.236, which is very important. So the Fib extension is what you can use for your take profit target projection, while the Fib retracement is what you use to know where retracement is going to end before the next impulse is going to kick in the market. This is very important. Pay attention to all of this to use it to your advantage. The next thing here, which is also very important and you can use it right away, is this very measure tool right here. Let's say you want to measure from this very point to this very area. It shows you the number of bars, the pip, and the time and the volume, which is very important. It shows you the number of bars, the pip, which is what you see right here, negative 308, which means 308 pips all the way down. That's why it's negative. If it's up, it will show you plus or ordinary 308, which is very important. We have 15 bars, 2 days, 12 hours, and then we have the volume. So if I do it to the upside, you discover that it will move in this very formation. Okay, very simple. In this very case, you have this as this parameter. We have this as 404 pips. We have 15 bars, 2 days, 12 hours, and then the volume, which is very cool. So these are tools that you can use right away on your price action. Of course, if you write anything, let's say you have a lot of stuff and on your price action and you want to remove all of them at once, simply go to this very area where we have this remove button or delete button, click it, and you see remove 8 drawings. You can decide to remove all of them. You can also remove plus indicators if you have indicators on your price action as well, which is very, very cool. So I want to remove this. I can just remove this like this, which is very, very simple. We have other tools right here, which is the text. If I click on this very area, we have the text. Let's say I want to write something. Okay, I want to write price action. Price action, you can keep it anywhere for explanation. Okay, or you can say this is a strong support. So strong support, very important. So you can simply write what you want with this text, and it's also used for illustration. Okay, you can use it to write a sentence and some stuff like that, which make explanation very, very simple. So you can use your text right here, and you can use all that too. Aside, we have tables, we have call outs, we have comments, we have price labels, we have signposts, we have flag marks, image, you want to share on Twitter, which is now X. We have ideas. All of these are here. You can use it to your advantage right away. Lock all drawings. You can use it right at this very point, and you can hide all drawings. Let's say, for example, all this that is on this price action. Let me add more and try to hide these drawings on this very price action right here. If I click on hide, see all drawings are hidden. Of course, they are there because if I come back and unhide them, they will reflect on price action. So I can hide all drawings. They are gone, but they are still there. And if I unhide them and also delete all of them, 8 drawings, I want to delete all of them deleted. And I can bring them back by simply going to this very undo. So if I undo the action, it will come back, which is very, very sweet. So TradingView will give you the flexibility of usage. You can do your chart analysis anyhow you want. And you have this flexibility that makes you get access to multiple pairs, currencies, forex, indices, features, stocks, commodities, all that you want, options, mention them. Everything is right here. Cryptocurrencies, everything is right here, and you can use it to your advantage. One of the most important tools that people use right here, especially when you want to backtest a strategy, is replay. Look at it right here. Let's say I want to backtest a strategy. So all I need to do is to go back far away, okay? And then I will monitor the strategy and see how it works by using replay. How does it work? Replay helps you cover that very part of the chart, okay? And allow you play it and see it how it works in real time and see how it should have been if this is the current price action. So let's say, for example, I want to replay what I have done and see what is going to play out, maybe based on my strategy or some stuff like that. I simply go here and then I play. It will begin to play out on price action, okay? And it will be going like that to the current price action. You can stop it or pause it right here, and then you can continue again and it will start replaying like that. So as it's replaying like this, you're beginning to check it out if it aligns with your strategy. And then this is one of the way we use to check and know the winning rates of a strategy. Doing backtesting, it can be 1 year backtesting, it can be 2 years backtesting, it can be 3 years backtesting. You can do it to 5, 10 years backtesting and know the winning rate of that very strategy and know what you're doing to be very, very precise. Replay is very important. You can use it right now. Of course, this replay is for paid version. You cannot use it if you're using the free mode. The last thing here is those 3 indicators you can use right now to better your trading. Number 1 is volume profile. Okay, volume profile is one of the things you can use because if you know when volume is in the market, it will help you know when the bulls or the bears is about to take control. Because if the bulls are much, then we should see more buy volumes. If the bears are much, we should see much sell volume. So volume profile is what you can use to your advantage right here. So volume profile is what you can use. If I click on technicals, it will bring out volume profile for me. We have volume profile. Look at it right here. This very one, volume profile. You can use it to your advantage. You see, it will appear on this very price action. So see this volume profile right here. This is how this volume profile looks like, and this is how it works. It shows you volume on price action, just like in this very case. It's showing you that bulls volumes are very high. You can see market begin to move all the way to the upside, especially within this very area. And this is very important. You can use it. I will do a video that further explain this very volume profile in detail in my upcoming videos. The next indicator you can use right now is the stochastic RSI. The stochastic RSI is one of the indicators I use most time, especially when I'm doing pullback trading, that is impulse pullback trading. And the setting I use is this very setting right here. I simply go to K and set it to 5, and this gives me my best setting for this very indicator. Change percentage K to 5 and you're good to go is not an accurate indicator. Of course, you should know by now that there is no single accurate 100% indicator. Indicators have pitfalls. That is why If you're using indicator, you use 2-3 indicators so that they can check each other out to give you the most accurate entry signal. Not only that, don't use too many indicators on your price action. I advise only 3 indicators if you want to use indicator, or if you don't want to use indicator at all, that is okay. But if you want to use indicator, the most is 3. 2 is also okay for you. Don't use 1, use 2 so that they can checkmate each other. And one other thing is we have 2 types of indicator: lagging indicator and leading indicator. Don't use 2 leading indicator on a price action. Use a leading indicator and a lagging indicator, or you use 2 leading indicator and 1 lagging indicator, or 2 lagging indicator and 1 leading indicator, which is very, very important. Don't use 2 lagging indicators or 2 leading indicators on your price action. It will not give you what you want based on my experience. You may have your opinion, but this is what I have experienced on price action for several years. And the last indicator right here, which I think is old model indicator, but is very, very accurate if it gives you that signal, is the moving average divergence convergence, which is the MACD. So the MACD is one of the indicators you can use right now. I will just go here and put the MACD right here on price action. It's old model indicator, but for me, it's a very accurate indicator in my opinion. And we have other advanced MACD that I'll talk about later in my future videos, which is very important. Watch out for all of those videos. This is a very important TradingView course. I hope you gained something from this very video. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more videos like this one. Also check the channel for other content. You can join our channel right now, link below, join right now. And if you want to watch my other videos on the channel, check this video out, it's going to help you. And check this video out as well, it's going to help you greatly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.